Hello everyone, this is Sathyanikhl. You're watching me on my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the third story with SN. So I'm really glad that people are coming forward and sharing their stories, their experiences in on this platform so that they can convey the message they want to convey to my audience and whoever you're viewing. If you are viewing it for the first time, Story with SN is a platform I've created where I share the story of my subscribers, keeping their details extremely private. I only highlight and share things which they want to share with the world. I follow the process of mailing and my Instagram DM if you don't mind me letting me knowing your name. And this story is of a girl. She has mailed her story to me around 1 week back, and after that I have had a conversation with her and then I've decided to make this story. So let's get into this story. She is just like any other girl. Since childhood, जब से वो छोटी थी ना, उसको a love, boyfriend, ये सब Romeo type of boyfriend, ये सब fantasy रहते थे, just like any other girl. So she had all these fantasies while she's growing up, and she always seeked for that companionship with other people. With this guy, this dream guy, she grew up with the thought of having a dream guy, a perfect relationship and all that. So what happened? She grew up like she's in 11th, as she's mentioned. In her 11th standard, she met a guy. A guy proposed her. She like, just like in a college, a fairly decent looking woman always gets a lot of proposals, and it's just like it's a normal thing now. So yeah, she got a proposal and she saw him. He is like the regular guy whom girls like. On a surface level, he seems perfect. Like he's tall, he's manly, he's good looking, he's caring and all that, the surface information, whichever we think, we assume all that. So he had all that in him, and then she said okay. They got into a relationship. After they have got into a relationship, the first 1 week, in 1 month, everything was fairy tale fantasy. Everything was going good. They both enjoyed their company. They were texting each other a whole day. They were on calls whenever it's possible. It was all like the starting moments. If you have been in a relationship, you know how that is. It was fairy tale, lovey dovey, woo woo, all that fantasy land. It was, as she mentioned, she actually enjoyed all that. It was an amazing experience for her, who dreamed of always being in a relationship, and she got into this relationship with a guy who looks and seems perfect to her. And this seemed like a beautiful flower case, like an amazing vase, like a show, flower vases, right? Like a perfect vase. Her relationship was going really smooth, really romantic and all that. After a few days, after like 6 months, have passed in the relationship, then the guy who loved her unconditionally, in some situations, started to take control over her. Like when she does anything, he started putting conditions over him loving her. Slowly this phase started entering in her life. And then at a point, their relationship lost all the soreness. In the first 6 months, this generally happens, because when we get into a relationship, we have all the interest and pretension and all that to wanting to be with the partner all the time. And after 6 months, after 1 year, slowly the whole relationship gets sore, because everything starts to seem different than it usually is. That phase has entered. Now slowly what's happening is she's had her exams in 3 months. So she's been in a relationship for almost like 6 months, and there are like exams in next 3 months for her. And then she was preparing. She was a bright girl. She was preparing for the exams and all. And then slowly on some day, when they were talking regarding a small thing, something regarding her way of dressing, or something regarding she posted a picture with a guy on her Instagram profile. They fought. They had an argument. The guy seemed to get jealous of her and they had an argument. After they had an argument, that was like a very serious argument, which that grudge, that anger stayed with him and stayed with her. Their whole relationship, that structure got disturbed a lot. And then the perfect flower vase which she has imagined, she slowly understood that the whole guy which she saw was that flower vase, and all her fantasies were placed in different colorful bottles, different colorful small buckets, different colorful small glasses. And then all that fantasies of the guy being perfectly understanding, of the guy being perfectly mature, she painted on the vase, which is the relationship, which is the guy. She painted all that fantasies in the relationship where they didn't even exist. She fell in that relationship, as she mentioned, she fell in the relationship just for the surface thing, and she artificially fantasized all that and colored that flower vase in a way, decorated it, it made it seem like the perfect relationship she ever wanted. But that was not the case. And then she had given her exams, and after giving her exams, like before the day of exams, their whole class, there a few of her close friends, which included guy friends, they went on a small lunch. And then everyone left, and she was with a guy. They were talking. They were just casually talking, and her boyfriend, he clicked a picture of them both talking. He came across them. He clicked a picture of them both talking. He sent it to her, and he started to fight with her. He started to fight with her with this whole why are you with him, what are you doing, and obviously he's not interested to listen the answers. This is what happened. And after that, while whole of the story is happening, she has observed this. This is the message she wanted to really convey to me. She wanted to convey that all the teenage girls who are in a hurry to fall into a relationship because all of their friends are in a relationship, they pick a guy who is like a flower vase. They then paint all the imaginary perfect qualities on him, which aren't existing, but which are fantasized, which seem like perfect qualities: understanding, mature, caring, all this stuff. She mentioned that most of the girls she is in friends with, in her own story too, they, without understanding what is understanding, without being matured themselves, they painted other people as mature. They gave that dignity to other people. So her relationship broke and she failed in 3 exams after that. So that is her small short story. And she wanted to give the message to every girl that who is in a relationship, that if you are not in a relationship, you better be very clear about what you want in a relationship. You need to be very specific regarding what you want in a relationship and extremely realistic. The movies, the series, the bullshit you see is not reality. This is the message she wanted to give. If you are someone who's already in a relationship with a guy, please, she mentions, please stay with yourself for an hour or more. Spend time with yourself and you will know actually if he's all the qualities you've really imagined and fantasized and painted that flower vase with. If that flower vase is really in that color or it's all your color coding which you have done by yourself. This really happens a lot because in the starting of the relationship, it's really all pretended qualities which you consume. The real qualities are all hiding. So she really wants us to be aware about what we want in a relationship, about what qualities we really comprehend in a relationship. So really think about it. And I'm really thankful to you, comrade, for coming forward and sharing your story. It's short, but it's got really a message which I would love to convey. And here is my take on this before I just let it. My take here is, a relationship is a full-time job. You need to put on daily investments. You need to be on time. You need to give time, effort, money. You need to be affordable. You need to afford yourself to getting hurt. You need to be willing to be yourself, be accountable to your boss or to that relationship. So a relationship is not an add-on. It's not an enhancer of your life. It's another job you're taking upon. Should be really well aware about which kind of atmosphere you are getting into and which kind of mindset you are before getting into a relationship. Most of the girls which I observe, they do not understand the theme of all of how reality actually works. It's all going into a fantasy land. You are publicizing and enhancing your relationship without even being aware of the other person, because here is the person, and here are all your imaginary fantasizing qualities which you want him to be with. Here is all the things, good things which you get out of relationship. He is here, they're not the same thing. You mix these two, and for the pleasure you get from being into a relationship, you insert this guy into it without him being in no way related to it. So I really want you girls to think about it, and even guys to think about it. And I'll have a lot more to tell about this, but this is not my theme. This is the story with SN and the story of my comrade. And as of now, she's really ignoring relationships. She's really happy with what she is. She's really content and she's ambitious with what she wants to do. And thank you, comrade, for sharing your story. And as always, I'll meet you in the next video. And peace. Let the outro begin.